Hello YouTubers, I've had quite a few questions and that asked to do with how the hell do I film my camera pranks. Well, here's the answers, even. I said that twice. Anyway, basically what I do is, with this camera, this is basically, this is a camera that I used to shoot in the liquid ass and pooter pranks. I use this camera. It's a cheap little Chinese import camera. That's all it was. Does the job. Sorry if I'm looking away at the TV and the camera. I do apologise. Yeah, and what it does is it fits. It happens on live television, doesn't it? What it does, it fits in there. Obviously I normally put tape on it to cover the edges because it does look obvious. What it is, the secret is, people tend not to notice black. If you're holding something that's black, you're wearing like a dark jacket, it seamlessly blends in. And basically that's how I normally do it. Either on my side like that, basically pointing, record. That's how you do it. And another bit kit here as well. I've got this really, you're gonna laugh at this. It's almost a mini DV camera. That's a bit old, but one thing you might have noticed, I think it's on that side. I'll notice that side. It's got a microphone socket. The reason why I got this one is purely because I looked on the internet for a camera, really, a microphone socket, and for hell or money, I struggled to find one. And I did find ones with on there. They were about so many thousand or 500. You know what I mean? Just something small like this and basic like this would do the job. Which that is why I chose to do it. I do apologise. I can't get my words out tonight. And it's done by a similar thing. It's done like that. See? It's done like that. The camera lens is just. The trouble is, over this one, you have to like shimmy it in the right area. It's the way it sits, and basically you just put that on like that, lid on properly, does help. And you just it's bag mine, but I think the bag needs slightly a bit modifying, a little bit more. But apart from that, I'm gonna get some different tape on there to make it look a bit more decent, because it looks a bit, it's cheap one, it's a cheap, super cheap duct tape. It's, you have a penny one per Poundland, and it doesn't really stick much, you know what I mean? I can get some proper stuff on there. It's got to be black, because if you put grey on it, people will notice. So yeah, basically what it'll be, we'll modify this bag a bit more. Put a wireless mic in there. The receiver in there, and feed the cable into there, and that's pretty much about it, really. And for extra small, you can't get no smaller than this. Actually, you can. I use this as well. It's a cheap little camera, does the job, and you know what I mean. I don't want people to see. Then. And what it is, also what it is as well, it's just because it's black again, nobody notices the dark one. It's trouble is that the only thing that's a downside there, I might have to slightly modify it, is I'll have to colour it black, colour the lens in black, because if it's silver it sticks out like a sore thumb, but it's easily modded anyway. And what else I will be getting is I'm waiting to receive is something similar. It's an idea like this, and it's a pen camera. Not this, obviously, but it's a pen camera. Basically, you put it in your shirt or jacket pocket, and you can film. That's another way of doing it. And 2 little candy bar sized cameras, probably this big, obviously to make it sealed. So in total, I'll have 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 cameras. So yeah, that's how I do it. And something else to explain as well. Actually, not really to explain. It's on the floor. Is when you want to buy a pooter, I noticed if you went on eBay or Jack Vale's website, I went on eBay, for example, and there was quite a few copies of it, and there's a French one that somebody's done, like a copy. It is a copy, and it's called Le Tutor, as I call it, and it's very inferior. I don't say inferior, but you know what I mean. It's looking at this one. It's a lot more wider. It's just probably a fraction, still a fraction smaller. With the Latuta one, it tended to tend to get high pitched, and it didn't sound realistic. But the Jack Vale's one, and again. So I can do the walking step one. That's how you do it. People ask me, say, how do you do this? How the hell do you use the pooter? That's just quite simple. When you first get your pooter, you have to bend, what's it called? Because the plastic is going to be, rubber's going to be like new, you know what I mean? So you stretch it like, go around like that, push it in it. And basically, you put it on your chubby part of your hand there, like that, and go. That's how you do it. And that is the pooter. If you ever want to buy a pooter, visit Jack Vale's website. It actually says it on the bottom of the pooter. You can make out. You can't, it's too dark here. It says thepooter.com. And that's where you can buy it from. Jack Vale's the head pooter, pooter.com. And I'd soon have the genuine article because it does a job. The amount of people that I've pranked with it's unreal, it's funny. The only one bad incident that I ever had, so I'm watching the time on that, when it's recording this minute, it's a mammoth 8 minutes. I promise not to waffle on anymore. There's one incident where I was in the post office queue, I was standing there, there's a bloke in front of me, there was a lady, I'd say I can't remember what nationality she was, I just literally stood there, and I was just literally waited in the queue. She bent down to do a kid's shoelaces up, and her head was central with my back, to my bottom, and I thought, go on, I want to do it, and I just literally squeezed the boot and just went, and she goes, I don't find that funny, you know. Then the other bloke just looked and he says, I did though. And I tell you what, everybody in that area just laughed. And this woman who's in front, she says, I don't know how you could do that. I wouldn't have the guts to do that. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just fun. And the woman who got really humpy and harsh with me, she just came out with this line to a kid. Oh, obviously he's not got children, and I'm like, what? What's that got to do with it? Anyway, that's a pooter. Future videos I'll be filming in a few shops. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but when I've finished filming, I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you. I'll upload the videos anyway. I'm getting a bit confused and ahead of myself here. Anyway, not to worry. There'll be other pranks apart from the pooter. So I'm keeping my material fresh anyway. So okay, guys, thanks for watching. I'm sorry for about 10 minutes and 14 seconds of rambling crap. Anyway, oh, I'm also on Twitter. My username is at Prankster Chris. That's the one, Prankster Chris, but it's with a K-R-I-S, not C-H-R-I-S. Prankster Chris. Check it out.